The United States in the mid-1800s. Ours is a large nation, a young nation full of restless, forward-looking people. As the population grows and our borders expand, thousands are looking west to build better lives for themselves and their families. From all over the country, people from all walks of life are selling nearly everything they own, loading their remaining possessions into small covered wagons, leaving friends and relatives behind. They're heading out across the plains to Oregon, California, and other points west, following trails blazed by those who had gone before. Along the way, they explore the vast landscape of North America. They see amazing sights and encounter fascinating people, including those who had called this land their home for thousands of years. It's not an easy journey. It's long and hard, fraught with challenge and danger, disease, deserts, buffalo stampedes, steep hills, treacherous rivers. Many do not succeed. But for those who do, the rewards are great. Adventure on the trail and opportunity at its end. A new life in a new land.
Well, are you ready? Come on, let's go!
Howdy! Merchants here in town offer basic packages of supplies based on the size of one's party and estimated length of journey. Of course, you can shop around on your own or add to the basic set. So, which package would you like?
Hello, friend. Are you also preparing to set out on the trail for the new land? That's what we're doing, my folks and me. Our home caught fire and burned last month, and we lost pretty near everything, except our lives, praise the Lord. So we figured we might as well go west. I wouldn't leave with fewer than 4 draft animals. 6 or more would be even better. Take plenty of food and clothes, and maybe a few spare wagon parts. Don't waste money or wagon space on much else.
Hey, you looking for a wagon train to hook up with? Our train's still in need of a few more wagons. You want to join? We're planning on leaving soon. We're a large group of good, hard-working folks. I wouldn't even dream of heading out on the trail alone, or even with any fewer than 10 wagons. The more people you go with, the greater your chances of survival, and that's the gospel truth.
You bought everything you need yet? We probably don't have much more time before we have to start heading out on the trail. I've been shopping around comparing prices. Now and then you find a good deal, but dad blame it if I don't think these merchants here have gotten together and worked things out so's they keep the prices high. Buy your provisions now while you can. Any stores or trading posts we come across on the trail ain't likely to have as good a selection as here. And if you think the prices here are bad, whoo-wee, I hear they's 2-3 times higher out west.
Goodness, have you ever seen anything like this in all your born days? I've lived here for quite some time, but this place is growing like an anthill. Seems like another new shop or business opening up every few days. See, you're fixing to head out on the trail. I have nothing but admiration for you good people going out to populate the western country. Now's the best time to buy all the supplies you need before you get out in the wilderness. Take plenty of food. I hear you can't always count on good hunting out west.
Excuse me, friend. You appear to be making ready to head out west. Do you know of any people who are still in the process of forming a wagon train? My husband and I, he's off buying supplies, are looking for a nice group of people to join in our move west. I'd say you and I both ought to find a wagon train. A 2,000-mile journey through the untamed wilderness is nothing to be undertaken lightly. There's strength in numbers, you know. Well, good day and good luck to you.
Have you bought the supplies you need yet? If not, you'd best hurry. Some folks don't buy much in the way of food 'cause they figure they can get all they need by hunting. But that ain't so bright. Hunting out west ain't what it used to be. The animals are getting scarcer all the time. Stock up on food before heading out, and not just meat. You need a good diet with variety in order to stay healthy.
this exciting? All these folks bustling about, getting ready to strike out on the trail. Just speaking for myself, I can't wait. I've spent pretty near all my life so far cooped up in my parents' home back east. But I just got married 4 weeks ago, and now my husband and I are heading out to make a new life for ourselves. I hear disease is the biggest danger on the trail. You gotta stay healthy, eat right, don't push yourself too hard, and get rest when you're sick. And be careful at rivers. Rivers kill almost as many people as disease, but I'm sure we'll do all right.
Howdy.
Howdy. doing?
Howdy. looking for my cat Molly. Have you seen her? We hear there ain't many cats out west yet, and some folks will pay good money for one, so they can catch the mice and rats. We're hoping Molly will have lots of kittens that we can sell. We had a milk cow, but she died a while back. Now all Molly's got to eat is our meat scraps. If you got a milk cow, take good care of her. I think I miss the fresh milk pretty near as much as Molly does.
Buen día. My name is Josefina Iturrieta de Panicelo. I am traveling to meet my husband in Texas, but we are taking a long route so that I may see more of this beautiful country. He preceded me there to establish our new rancho near Paso del Norte. Everything is now ready, so I go now to join him. My husband is a wealthy man with a great deal of land and many herds of cattle. Do not be misled into thinking your good fortune lay in gold or silver. Precious metals are a scourge. Land is the only sure source of wealth. When you reach your new home, raise cattle or hardy crops. People need to eat. That is the true path to success.
Howdy. Let me set this wheel aside for a moment. There. Sure am glad these way stations have been set up for us. I probably don't need to tell you that Mount Pisgah was named for a place in the Bible. This station was established with the specific purpose of helping the immigrants heading west. If you're in want of some supplies, you might find what you need inside. Can't guarantee they have what you're looking for, but they do seem to do their best.
You decided yet which kind of draft animals you're going to use to pull your wagon? Well, oxen are cheap and strong, but prone to sickness. Mules cost more, but they's less likely to get sick. They can be stubborn, too. Horses are faster, but weaker. The other downside is they cost a lot, require feed grain, and are attractive to thieves. Well, since you ask, I'd go with oxen. The price is right, and you can't beat 'em for strength. Ain't too bright, but they's good old beasts. Besides, if you get into real dire straits, you can always eat 'em.
Howdy. Hello.
I've been told you're looking for a doctor. I'll do the best I can,
Mind you, I don't have access to all the modern equipment and medicines like the physicians back east. If you see any plants with reddish leaves, don't eat 'em or drink the water nearby. Those red leaves are a good sign of alkali.
Ooh.
Hello, friend. Are you...
Hello.
Hi there.
Howdy.
Hello.
Heading out west? So I traveled out to the Oregon country 3 years ago. Liked...
I see you're fixing to head out west, too.
I've been told you're looking for a doctor. I'll do the... If you see any...
Ooh.
Death is part of life. We ought to hold a funeral service of some kind. What a shame it is to bury our loved ones out in the wilderness, but it has to be.
Let's try to find some kind of marker, a stone, or at least a piece of wood, to inscribe their name and leave it on the grave.
They tell me well, to be honest, next time you get to a town with a decent pharmacist, you might want to stock up on some basic medicines. Of course, you might have a pretty good supply already.
At every fort or trading post along the trail, prices have been higher than at the previous place. This is outrageous. They're taking advantage of us. If I had the chance to do it all over again, I'd buy more supplies at the beginning of our journey. Well, We might as well get what we need right here. Goodness knows it'll probably be even more expensive further down the road.
This might be a good place to rest a while. Just what I said. We've done enough traveling for the time being. It won't hurt to stop for a day or two. Yeah, listen to what I'm saying. Let's stop here to rest.
Howdy. Morning.
Howdy.
It always pleases me to see more people moving out west. This'll be a great and grand country someday, you know. By expanding the horizons of civilization out here in the wilderness. Just thrills me to the bone to think on it. Don't be led astray by anyone or anything promising shortcuts or quick fixes. They ain't any. Stay on the main trail and work hard. That's the only sure path.
Howdy, neighbor. We made a mistake in calculating the flour we'd need. Finding we were deficient, we had to buy a quantity of flour here. Paid a dear price for it, too. A promoter back home said we could reach our destination in 60 days easy, so we outfitted for that span of time. But we're awful low on supplies and we've got a ways to go yet. My advice? Don't take no advice. It's advice that got us here, and nobody's advice is gonna get us out.
They'd better take care of themselves. Bad colds can easily turn into something much worse.
Our nation, we can't let a few coughs and sniffles slow us down.
About the only thing you can do for a bad cold is get lots of rest and drink lots of fluids.
am a Nunaina, whom you call the Arapaho. My name is Whitehawk. I'm waiting here for my son, who is trading nearby. Long before we ever saw wagon people like you, a rare white hawk perched on a rock near my father's teepee. I took it as a sign for my new name, and ever since has it been changed. The men here are fair traders, not like many others my son and I have met. Perhaps when my son returns, we can trade with you too.
Good day to you folks. My name is Philip Maddox. I'm an artist with this surveying expedition. The U.S. government has commissioned us to map the land and to bring back some illustrations of the Indians, as well as the plant and animal life hereabouts. Check your supplies often. Can't stress too much the importance of that. And don't waste a whole lot of time hunting, at least if it isn't an emergency. You won't get much, you'll delay your progress, and you risk antagonizing the local Indians.
Top of the day to you, friend. Name's Casey O'Neill, late of County Clare in Old Ireland. All my relations said that the only place in the world for a young man to go to make his way nowadays is America. So I booked my passage, and now here I am, on my way to an unspoiled land, ready for enterprise. I've heard it said that there are many cutoffs to take to shorten this journey. That by taking all the shortcuts, you can save many days on the trail. And why not? Saving time and provisions is worth the risk.
Well, have you ever seen anything like this before in your life? Why, they said that if you dig a shallow hole round here, you'll strike freshwater ice. And here it is, just like they said it'd be. Imagine that. Cool ice, out here in the middle of this barren wasteland. Get a bucket and get some ice for yourself. I can't wait to get back to my wagon, show this to the others, and write about it in my diary.
According to our guidebook, this is the parting of the ways.
Road forking off to the right leads directly to Fort Hall along the sublet cutoff. It's the shortest way to Oregon. But the left fork leads to Fort Bridger, which is closer than Fort Hall. It's also the shortest path to Utah and California. That depends on your needs. If you have plenty of supplies and don't fear a shortage of water, take the cutoff. But if you need supplies soon and want to play it safe, you should probably stick to the main trail, even if it is the longer route.
I've heard bad things about the sublet cutoff. They say you can go for days without any good drinking water.
Well, friend, this here is what they call the parting of the ways. A lot of wagon trains split apart here, with folks headed for Oregon going one way and those headed for California going the other. I don't know about you, but I'm going to California. Now, let's see. I figure the road heading off to the right must be the California route. California's the right place to be, so I reckon I'll go right.
Well, what have we here? Some more eastern greenhorns trying their luck at crossing the wilderness. I ain't got to say nothing to you if I don't want to. None that I'm prepared to offer you.
I always take some time every few hours to look over the sky carefully. My grandma taught me all the signs for predicting the weather. Well, I imagine you'd know by now how much the weather has to do with our well-being. It's important that we try to stay one step ahead of it and make our plans accordingly. Always keep aware of the weather. What it was yesterday, what it is today, and what it's likely to be tomorrow. I keep a record of it in my diary. Nothing will have a greater effect on the success of our journey than the weather.
Howdy, friend. Fine day, isn't it? Least as fine as one can expect right now hereabouts. Be warned. Don't dig a water hole. Drink only river water. Salty as some of these rivers are, it's better than the cholera. We buried my husband just last week. No more than I've already given you, but I could use some help with this here harness if you can spare the time.
Folks looking to do some trading? Trading is one of the main things people do out here at Forts. Why, it's pert near a form of entertainment for some souls. Keep a sharp eye out on your supplies and your money. There's some unscrupulous types around here that wouldn't mind relieving you of some of your possessions.
I declare, I'm sure glad we made it to this here fort. It ain't exactly civilization, but it's the best we seen in a good long time. I'm going to see what kind of supplies they have over here in this store or trading post. I hear some of these frontier forts have plenty of provisions, while others ain't got much more than salt pork and rancid flour. If I was you, I'd check my supplies and see if there's anything I need before even thinking about moving on.
Hi there.
Howdy do, neighbor. Are you in need of my services? You won't find a blacksmith much better than me. When I'm finished with my current batch of repairs, I'll be pleased to help you. I can make or repair wheel rims, shoe your animals, what have you, and I charge reasonable rates. Your animals and your wagon are the only things that'll assure your success on this journey. Worn out or sore-footed animals can get you in a heap of trouble. Take good care of them, and they'll take good care of you.
Howdy. I'm one of the regulars here at the fort. I'm here for the adventure and the steady pay. The conditions is tolerable, and I can send a bit of money home to my ma. I've been here since last spring. Before that, I was part of a troop down by Santa Fe. We travel out most days, checking the area and calling on the immigrants. You might take advantage of this place to rest a while and build up your strength for the next part of your journey. And maybe you wouldn't mind sharing a bit of your home cooking with the poor feller? I've a mighty longin' for my sweet mama's fine victuals.
Let's keep going. Hello? 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 Hello?
Howdy, folks. Welcome to our fair city. We'd be right pleased to have you take advantage of our various businesses and services. We have a general store well stocked in many of the provisions that you will undoubtedly need in your travels. and you may well find other helpful enterprises as you tour our streets. Take your time, spend a few days with us. We'll be more than glad to help you in any way that we can. You do have cash money, don't you?
Glad to see you folks passing through. Here for long? Well, we can always use your business. You know, selling supplies to wagon trains like yours is one of the chief livelihoods hereabouts. I hear there's lots of good shortcuts out there on the trail. Sometimes you can save several weeks off your journey by taking some of them.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Greetings, my good friend. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Dr. Brogan Kavanaugh, famed on 3 continents for my marvelous miracle elixir. North America, Europe, and another one whose name escapes me at the moment. Why, just 1 spoonful of my miracle elixir every morning will guarantee you against cholera, dysentery, measles, smallpox, frostbite, gangrene, and sundry other maladies. Buy a bottle or 2 of my miracle elixir. That's the best possible advice I can give anyone. Oh, excuse me, I have to run. I just remembered an important engagement.
I understand you folks are in need of a doctor. Well, I'll take a look at the patient and see if there's anything I can do to help. Eat well, drink lots of fluids, and get plenty of rest. Best advice anyone can give.
Welcome to Great Salt Lake City, friends. My name is Augustus Parkinson. Come on into town and renew yourselves. Not only is this a fine place to restock your provisions and obtain the help and sustenance you need, but it's also a major crossroads on the trails. Roads to Oregon, California, and back east branch off from here. We do a thriving trade in draft animals here. Before you continue on the trail, you might seriously consider trading in your tired, worn-out animals and getting some fresh ones for the remainder of your journey.
What are we doing wasting time here? Let's get a move on. What more is there to tell? We didn't come all this way to sit here and look at the sights. We still got many a mile ahead of us. The best advice I can offer is for us to go.
Morning. Howdy.
Pardon me, folks. I was wondering whether you've seen this character, Nasty Jack Finley. He's a cattle rustler, horse thief, and all-round troublemaker. He's even been rumored to kill a man, though ain't no proof of it, yet. But he's due for a hanging, that's for sure. I'd recommend you steer clear of him. He can be a mean one. And if you see him, notify the local authorities as quick as you can. Well, good day to you.
See you're going west by wagon. I sure hope you got extra sets of clothing. You'll need extra clothes. Trail's hard on 'em and it gets cold, and you can trade 'em to Indians for fresh vegetables, fish, or meat. It's well worth hiring an Indian guide whenever you can at a river crossing, but expect to pay them. They're sharp traders, not easily cheated.
Howdy do, neighbor. Are you...
Should gather up some hay for the animals while we still can.
I recommend that we take some time to put up some hay for the animals. They won't have any water to drink in the desert ahead, and hay can help them survive.
This here place is called Lassen's Meadows. I hear it's named after Peter Lassen, who blazed some trails in these parts. Well, if I understand it right, this is where the old Applegate Cutoff split away from the California Trail. But now, most folks call it the Lassen Cutoff. My, but the grass grows here more in most spots hereabouts. Depends on where we're headed. If we're going to California, I reckon we ought to keep going southwest. But if we're of a mind to go to southern Oregon, we should take the cutoff.
Heck, Why waste time fiddling with hay? Let's get a move on.
I think we should take the Truckee route.
I do believe the northern route is the one more traveled. Must be a good reason for it.
Which way is west?
I suggest you look in the guidebook to determine the correct road.
I hear the Donner Party took the Truckee route, and look what happened to them. No sirree. I say we should go the Carson route.
Pleased to see you. You folks missed a good time last night. Another train camped close by, and we had a bit of a dance. I declare, my tired feet came to life hearing that fiddler. I danced aplenty. It feels nearly like back home to have neighbors and a gathering. I've made some dear friends whom I hope will continue to see in years to come. Partake of a bit of music whenever it's offered. It'll lighten your spirits and bring lots of fine memories to carry you through the following day. My heart's so light right now, this washing chore hardly feels like work at all.
I'm Isabella. I'm traveling with the Raleighs and their people. My job is to keep after the cows and watch the children. My husband Fred is the ox driver. Best there is. I was born in Delaware. My father used to tell me stories of Africa and promise one day we'd find ourselves going home. But I don't know if I'm getting closer or farther away with all this walking. Keep a good eye on those animals of yours and don't let them get too overtired. A dead animal's no good to nobody except maybe the butcher. And out here in this awful place, I'd rather be moving than eating.
Take the Cold Stream Pass Road.
I don't know which way we should go. I figured you would.
So this is Donner Lake. Heaven help us, but it gives me the chills just to think about what happened here. Surely you don't mean to tell me you ain't heard of the Donner Party and all the horrible things that occurred, especially right near where we're standing? Too awful to talk about. Let's leave this place as quick as we can. Stop here a while. I'd like to...
Pleased to see you. You folks missed a good time last night.
Marty, you know I've been tramping and trading in these here mountains for near 20 years. Underration! Last year a young grizzly invited itself to breakfast. In the tussle, it bit me right on the shoulder. I reckon I'm not going to take that from man or beast, so I bit it right back. That thar bar ain't bothered a soul since. If in some of your party take the scurvy, feed 'em a bit of raw wild onions. That'll cure 'em. Works near well as fruit in preventing it, too.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Looks like as good a place as any to lay by a day and put up some fresh supplies.